Hello all. Hope you is goo. Welcome back to the gladiatorial world of Well, this is certainly different. With a vamped up new intro song and vastly different graphics, we delve into the new adventure with Rufus III, Rufus's son. He decided to keep his namesake, however, and vowed to be a peacekeeper, unlike his dad, which he referred to as Deadbeat. He was instead bewitched by the old tales of his long-dead grandfather's plight. With the looks that would fit right along with the Joestar, he hurtled his way towards the arena with the hopes to be the next champion. As before, let's run through charisma mechanics, as we once again see a switch up in the mechanics and abilities. First off, taunts remain as they once did. Hit chance is based on charisma versus charisma. This time, however, there are a few twists. Taunt chance can be increased against opponents or be decreased by opponents based on talents. This title has not just a stat system, but now also a class system. Obviously, we'll be putting as many talent points into the magic tree to keep aligned with our goal. Secondly, taunts now require no minimum distance. You can finally scream directly into your opponent's eardrums, even if you can literally stand on their feet. Thirdly, and I think this is a great addition, we can now use weapons. Guitars have been added to the game, which allows you to play a solo in your opponent's face to damage them. You can knock them back with a harmonious chord. Or there's a third option that may as well say it literally does nothing, because that's pretty much how useful it is. With a mandolin in our handolins, we were ready to face the first arena champion. And it's nice to be greeted by a familiar face once again. He may claim he's no longer afraid, but it's rather easy to see through his facade. After defeating our first arena champion, we claim 2 more talent points from Level Up to contribute to the School of Theatrics. This is where we'll spend our points to get extra taunt chance and damage, as well as guitar damage and a few other nice benefits. Charisma no longer affects item prices, but luckily the School of Theatrics features a talent we can get to increase our discounts. More for less? Also to note, there has been a change with arena champions as well in this title. You are no longer required to meet a level threshold to be able to challenge these so-called mighty individuals. Now, past me did not realise this at first, so I did grind out for the first few champions, but it's a sentiment to bear in mind for later.
Holy Jesus! What is that? What the fuck is that?
With all the will in the world, there's only so much you can do when you bring a guitar to a gunfight. And that was one of the many deaths of Rufus III. With the explanations finished, let's roll that arena champion montage. Finally, one robot remained and stood above them all, Ultratus Omega. It was time to use all of our wit and persuasion for one last time to prove that we were indeed worthy of our grandfather's legacy. Well, so much for keeping the peace. So it would seem that Darophus III would indeed live up to his grandfather's legacy. But what happened to Darophus I? Darophus I was resurrected by a giant, hulking sculpture of a being that went only by the name of Roderick. Brought back from the death, he was forced to live out eternity, suffering at the hands of what could only be described as a discount Mario Party ripoff, as described by Roderick to the locals, much to their sheer misunderstanding. Realising his fate, Darophus decided it would be best for him to be able to get out of this dreadful nightmare on his own terms. This has been the legacy of Darophus I and the adventure of becoming the greatest gladiator family in the world with only the power of charisma. Thank you for watching.